Did you know that your brain might be rotting away? And if you don't believe me, check out this chart. Yeah, it's trending fast. And now back to our regularly scheduled programming. What is happening here? This summer, social media users have been going nuts over Italian Brainrot, a bizarre new trend that has managed to worm its way into almost every corner of the internet. From TikTok to YouTube, Shorts to Instagram Reels to even Discord and Reddit. If there's one place where people congregate online, chances are there will be an Italian Brainrot community. But what exactly is Italian Brain? No need to grab your hazmat suits just yet, but it's essentially a subgenre of nonsense videos defined by their heavy use of absurdist humor, rapid-fire editing, and glitchy CGI to understand how we got here. Though, we have to go back to the beginning. Much like the ocean, the internet is vast and deep, and also home to a lot of sharks. But this one shark is no ordinary predator. Not only can it speak Italian, but it also loves pizza and would never hurt a fly. So it lives in a peaceful coexistence with these tasty morsels of food. Yep, that's right. We're talking about the Tralala shark, the iconic sea creature turned meme that kicked off the whole Italian Brainrot thing. If you somehow missed this monstrosity when it first went viral 2 years ago, let me catch you up. It all started when a random Twitter user uploaded a clip of a AI-generated shark video that they dubbed the Tralala shark, after the song playing over it. Almost immediately, it became a massive hit within meme communities, spawning countless edits and parodies in its wake. Then in March 2023, a YouTuber named Tommy Vexed uploaded an homage to the craze called When the AI Shark Went to Italy, which featured the shark eating pizza and causing general mayhem throughout Rome. And while it didn't blow up at first, it laid the foundation for what was to come. Then in late June, an account called Tuskeon uploaded another homage video called The American Midwest is Ruined by the Italian Brainrot, and the rest was history. In the span of just a few weeks, the video racked up tens of millions of views and helped introduce the term Italian Brainrot to the masses. So why does all this matter? Why should you care about this weird little niche trend? Well, because Italian Brainrot is more than just some goofy internet meme. It's a perfect encapsulation of Gen Z's unique relationship with online content. And I mean that both in a good and bad way. Let me explain. As Dr. Anamount Satsu, a lecturer in digital media and journalism at the University of Sheffield, explains, Italian Brainrot is a form of content that hijacks your attention through rapid cuts and a mix of disparate images and sounds. A similar definition was coined by the Oxford English Dictionary, who named Brainrot their word of the year in 2022. They described it as a state of mental numbness or apathy on by an excess of mindless, low-quality content consumed via social media. Essentially, it's a term used to describe the negative effects of endless scrolling, namely how it deadens our brains, making us more susceptible to misinformation, propaganda, and other forms of emotional manipulation. And as absurd as the name suggests, Brainrot is very real. According to an article from Insider, several studies have found links between excessive social media usage and conditions like anxiety, depression, and ADHD. In short, watching Italian Brainrot is like getting a cavity. At first, it feels pleasurable, but eventually it leaves a nasty taste in your mouth and causes irreparable damage in the long run. That being said, it's not always so bad. As Dr. Mutsatu points out, Brainrot can also be a creative source of inspiration, allowing users to produce work that reflects the world's increasing absurdity. After all, most great art has come from periods of societal upheaval. Think about it. The Great Depression birthed the likes of The Wizard of Oz and Citizen Kane, while the chaos of the 1960s gave rise to movies like Easy Rider and A Clockwork Orange. And according to Dr. Mutsudo, Italian Brainrot is doing the same thing in the digital age. By taking something trite and overexposed like AI-generated imagery and infusing it with unexpected elements like fast-paced editing and nonsensical soundtracks, it creates something entirely new and somewhat unsettling. In essence, it's like caffeinated surrealism for your phone. The key word here, of course, is unexpected. And the reason why Italian Brainrot works so well is because it completely disregards the expectations set by traditional media. There's no cohesive plot, no character development, and no clear message. Instead, it thrives on ambiguity, leaving it up to the viewer to decipher the meaning behind each individual scene. It's this feeling of uncertainty and confusion that makes it so compelling. And as anyone who's ever experienced it can tell you, it's really hard to look away. So as far as where it goes from here, who knows? Will it continue to grow and evolve or fizzle out and die off like all the other viral trends before it? Only time will tell. But one thing's for certain, the longer we spend online, the more our brains are gonna rot. But now on to part 2 of this video. Now that we've established what Italian Brainrot is and how it affects us, let's get to the fun part. Tracing its spread across the internet. Because while we might think of TikTok as being its birthplace, the truth is that Italian Brainrot actually emerged on the platform over a year ago. If you search far enough back, you'll find that the earliest uploads were just clips of AI-generated sharks swimming around aimlessly. It wasn't until later that people started adding text and sound effects to make them funnier. But even then, it took months for anyone to realize that they could take this concept and run with it. The first person to do so happened to be a random Twitter user, who took the classic AI shark clip and edited it to include scenes from Pinocchio, Voila, a supercut of incoherent images overlaid with the song Pinocchio by the Italian band Man. It was funny, it was surreal, it was dumb, basically the perfect distillation of what was to come. But again, it wasn't until June 2023 that Italian Brainrot truly began to take off. All it took was one creative mind to come along and connect the dots. The result was a 4-minute video that juxtaposed clips of the shark with footage of various Italian landmarks and celebrities. The effect was hypnotic, like a fever dream or those cryptic in-flight safety videos. And that's exactly what made it so appealing. People had never seen anything like it before, so they shared it with their friends and family who shared it with theirs, and so on and so forth. Now what's interesting here is how quickly it spread across different platforms. At first, it was mostly contained within TikTok, but soon, it started popping up everywhere else too. For example, a user uploaded a slightly edited version of the original to YouTube Shorts, and it racked up tens of millions of views overnight. And that's when things got out of hand. With so much exposure came a deluge of imitators and parodies. Some were good, some were bad, but all of them were trying to capture that same elusive magic that made the original so irresistible. But even now, amidst all the noise, a few creators have managed to stand out. One such person is Kazi101, whose videos tend to focus on surrealist animation and glitches in the Matrix type stuff. Since June, they've uploaded over a dozen videos that pay homage to Italian Brain, each one more bizarre and imaginative than the last. My personal favorite has got to be Human Body Found in a Cornfield, which swaps out the usual fast-paced editing for slow-motion shots of AI-generated imagery. The result is both relaxing and unnerving at the same time, kind of like staring at a lava lamp. And that's exactly what I love about Italian Brain. It's unpredictable, it's uncanny, and it's completely unlike anything else out there. There's just one problem with all this, and that's the fact that it's starting to feel like déjà vu. We've seen this kind of content before, haven't we? Back in 2018, there was a similar craze surrounding the Rickroll meme, which involved misleading people with the promise of something exciting, only to redirect them to the music video for Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. Then of course, there's the infamous Harlem Shake, which did the same thing for short-form comedy. In both cases, the goal was to troll and prank unsuspecting viewers. And in many ways, Italian Brainrot is doing the same thing. But instead of relying on jump scares and loud noises, it uses slow-burning tension and a sense of creeping dread. It's almost as if we've reached peak absurdity and don't even realize it yet. That's certainly what it feels like to me. Anyway, but if I had to guess why so many people love this stuff, I'd say it has something to do with the feeling of total Like I said before, our brains crave novelty, but too much of it overwhelms us and leaves us feeling helpless. Watching Italian Brainrot is kind of like voluntarily putting yourself in a sensory deprivation tank. It's uncomfortable at first, but then you start to drift away and lose all sense of time and place. Before long, you're completely immersed in this alternate reality, even though you know it's not real. And maybe that's why it's so easy to get sucked into a seemingly endless abyss of nonsense videos. They offer a temporary escape from the monotony of everyday life without any of the complications that come with a normal movie or TV show. You don't have to worry about the plot or the characters or even staying awake. You just let yourself go and embrace the chaos. But at the end of the day, it's still just a bunch of silly videos posted by random people on the internet. Sure, it's kind of funny and it's definitely weird, but is it really worth losing your mind over? Probably not.